Hello and welcome students in my new video. This is the sixth part of the chapter Winds, Storms and Cyclone, and this part is based on cyclones. So in this video we will learn what is cyclone and factors that are related to the cyclone and how cyclone forms. So first topic is what is cyclone. A cyclone is a huge revolving storm caused by very high spin winds blowing around a central area of low pressure zone over the ocean. Means cyclone is a type of storm that having a low pressure area. Around this area whirling winds with very high speed. So this is a type of storm, but it is a strong storm and it is highly destructive than other storms. The word cyclone is derived from the Greek word cyclos, meaning the coils of a snake. Actually, this name is given because cyclone looks like a coil of a snake. That's why this name is given to cyclone. Here you can see this is the picture of cyclone. It is a satellite picture of cyclone. So here you can see these spiral winds that having a lots of amount of water, or we can say this is a cloud that is moving around the this is eye of the cyclone. So this cyclone can cover area about 200 to 300 kilometers. It can wide up to 300 kilometers, and this central part that is called eye, it can be 10 to 30 kilometer wide. So you can imagine the size of the cyclone. That's why because of size of the cyclone, it can cause highly destruction on the coastal areas. Now we will learn how a cyclone forms. We will know how cyclone forms with the help of this diagram. In earlier classes we have learned that how clouds form. So we have learned that water bodies heated by the sun rays, and air that is over the water bodies gets heated, and being lighter, this air rises up and it reaches high up in the atmosphere. Then it comes in the contact of cool air and condensate and change into water vapors, or we can say convert into clouds. So this is the formation of cloud. This phenomena is related to the formation of cyclone also. So now we will see how it is related to formation of cyclone and how it is different from the formation of cloud. As we know, sea or ocean is a vast area, or we can say vast water bodies that covers very large area. So this large area of ocean, and we can say water that is in the ocean, gets heated by the sun rays, and here you can see this is ocean water. So water gets heated by the sun rays, and air that is over the sea also gets heated by the sun rays and this heat of this water. So this warm air, being lighter, rises up in the atmosphere and reaches high in the atmosphere. as it reaches high in the atmosphere, it comes in the contact of cool air and it change into water vapors, it change into water, or we can say it change into clouds by the process of condensation. This condensation process, some heat is released. So heat that is released by the condensation process heats the air that is around that particular area. So when heat is released by the condensation, this heat heats up the air that is present here. So the air that is heats up the air by the heat produced by the condensation, it also rises up in the atmosphere. It rises up from this level. So it rises up in the atmosphere and it also comes in the contact of cool air that is present here, and it change into water by the condensation process. So you can see, first air rises up from the sea level and after that air rises up from this level of the atmosphere. So this cycle continues, and because of air rising high up in the atmosphere, this creates a low pressure in this area. So because of low pressure, more air rushes to the this central area. More area from the sea level, it rushes to the this central area and rushes with very high speed. Because of high speed winds, they starting spiraling over this low pressure area. They spiral around the low pressure area, and because over this area here clouds are made, so these clouds also move in spiral manner with the spiraling winds. Air that is rises from the sea level, it is warm and moist air. Moist air means it is having a lot of water vapor. So that's why when it cools down, it convert into clouds. So clouds that are made here, they are having lots of water. We have seen that warm and moist air rises up high and cools down and convert into clouds. Then again warm air from this level rises up and again cools down and convert into clouds. So here we can see that warm and moist air rising up again and again and change into clouds. So here clouds formed that having a large amount of water, but this cloud spiral with the high speed whirling winds. So now by this way a cyclone forms. After formation of a cyclone looks like this. So when a cyclone is formed, it begins to move over the surface of ocean, and the speed of wind in the cyclone is more than 120 km per hour. Means the wind that is moving around the eye of cyclone, its speed can be more than 120 kilometer per hour. So we have seen in the formation of cyclone, it needs a constant supply of warm and moist air. It gets warm and moist air again and again, and it converts into water, and this water moves with the high speed winds. That's why it looks like a coil, in the form of coil. So it needs warm and moist air. But as the cyclone reaches the land, the supply of warm and moist air gradually stops. That's why cyclone dies. As cyclone dies, it causes flood in the coastal areas. So because it is having lots of water, that's why when it die, it pour all the water in that area. That's why it causes flood in that particular area. And it is also having very strong winds with very high speed. That's why it causes lots of destruction, like uprooted the plants, trees, poles, electric poles also, and it also destruct the animals, human beings, and lots of property can be destructed by this cyclone. This is the map of India. Here you can see this area is denoting the sea, denoting the ocean that is present in that area. This is a water body, this is ocean. So India has a large coastline area. This is eastern coastline and this is western coastline. So India has a large coastline which makes it vulnerable to cyclones, both in terms of intensity and frequency of the cyclones. The east coast of India, especially the coast of Odisha, Andhra Pradesh and Tamil Nadu, are more vulnerable to cyclone. So this is very destructive natural phenomena. So this was the explanation about cyclone and formation of cyclone. Now we will discuss about some important points that you should keep in mind that are related to the cyclone. These are some important points that are related to the cyclone. The first is the center of the cyclone is called eye. It is a calm area with low atmospheric pressure and winds swirling around it. Next one is an eye can be wide up to 10 to 30 kilometer. The cyclone can be many hundreds of kilometers wide. The strongest cyclone can have wind speeds greater than 250 kilometers per hour. Next one is cyclone can be rise up to 8 kilometers above sea level. Next one is as the cyclone reaches the land, it dies because the supply of warm and moist air gradually stops. Next point is the winds rotate in an anti-clockwise direction in northern hemisphere and in a clockwise direction in southern hemisphere. So we will understand this statement with the help of this diagram. Suppose this is the diagram. This circle is showing the earth. So this line that is dividing into two equal parts the earth is known as equator, and this part is known as northern hemisphere, and this part is known as southern hemisphere. So in northern hemisphere, cyclone rotates in the anti-clockwise direction. So this is anti-clockwise direction. This is opposite to the clock. Clock moves, hands moves like this. But here you can see this is moving in opposite direction. And in the southern hemisphere, it moves clockwise. It moves in the direction of clock. So in northern hemisphere, anti-clockwise, and southern hemisphere, clockwise. Next and last point of this topic is they have different name in different parts of the world, such as hurricane in North and Central America and typhoon in the Philippines and Japan. Means cyclone is known as hurricane in the North and Central America, and it is called typhoon in Philippines and Japan. So our topic cyclone is completed here. But about the destructions caused by cyclones and some safety measures against cyclones, and the people action should be taken by the people on that area where cyclone hits, we will discuss in next video. So can you tell me, have you listened a name of cyclone? Any name that you have listened in the news, in the newspapers? I must say you have listened. In the last year, we have listened about the Vayu, Titli, and before some days we have listened about the Amphan. So these are the names of cyclone that are named by the different countries. Thanks for watching. We will meet in next video. Till then, be happy and bye bye.